Coach Sheldon Harrison. There never been no comparison. You're live on the show. Sit back and have a listen. Boy, you can't make this stuff up. Okay? You cannot make this stuff up, y'all. You can't. Folks, MMA and WMMA is just like the gift they keep on giving. What you see on the screen is actually what was said. Guys, you can't make it up, okay? This guy actually said that on, a podcast that, lots and lots of people watch. So, Tim Welch, the guy in the blue shirt, okay? Tim Welch asked, Casey Kenny a question. And he goes, would you smash Megan Anderson? And Casey Kenny goes, nah, probably not, And so Tim Welch goes, oh, come on, be honest, be honest. So Casey Kenny fixes his mouth. He goes, well, only if she was a 5 a.m.er, a 4 a.m.er, When I heard that first, y'all, I'm not going to lie to y'all. As a man, I chuckled just a little. I laughed. When I thought about it, I laughed. I actually thought how he responded, it was funny. But, notice that I said but. But then when I think about the context of it, this is God talk. It's God talk. And this kind of talk, this kind of conversation, they probably should have been smart enough to have it behind the scenes. If I was Casey Kenny, I would have been like, nah. Like Sugar Sean O'Malley ain't want no parts of that. He got quiet. Sugar Sean O'Malley just sat back and he shut the hell up. And he kind of laughed a little bit, but you can tell, man, him holding that darn baby, he wanted no parts of what was being said. So he didn't say nothing. This should have been something that they had behind the scenes. If I was Casey Kenny, I would have been like, yo, let's talk about this behind the scene. Let's talk. I'll tell you when the show's over. I'll tell you what's up. Or, nah, man, I don't want a part of that. But they didn't. This is locker room talk. Let me tell you something, Megan Anderson. Probably men in your gym, they've had this conversation with other men. The only difference is you don't know that this is how they talk about you. Trust me, they do. Okay, if we see somebody who look attractive, they'll never say it to your face. No. Okay, not unless they really want to hook up with you and get with you, they'll tell you. But to be completely honest, they ain't gonna tell you that they talking about you behind your face. It's just what men do. It ain't nothing sick and sadistic about us. It's not that, we don't, have any kind of compassion for women. We do. It's just we're looking at things from a whole different spectrum. Okay? But it's a conversation that probably should have been had behind the scenes. I'm just telling you, okay? In this day and age, it's really, really tough, man. It's tough to actually have these kind of conversations out in public. You used to about 10 years ago, and nobody would jump down your throat. But now, it's almost like crazy. And, I know some smart ass will say, Coach, you've had these kind of conversations on your live stream. Yeah, I have. But there's a difference. It's called perception. Yeah, I find Megan attractive. I don't like her as a fighter. Heck no. I don't like her as a fighter. I think she talk too much. I think she just talk a lot of junk. And then when you call her out on it, then she get mad. That's a lot of stuff I don't like about Megan. But there are some things that I do absolutely love about Megan Anderson. Okay? The fact that she at Amazon, I find her attractive. And I tell people that, yeah. And people be on my helmet. Coach, wait a minute. Why you find her attractive? She not attractive. Well, speak for yourself. Nobody tells me what I find attractive. Nobody. Nobody does. I tell myself that. And I think what prompted this conversation, Megan recently took a photograph. And I'm going to tell you, boy, the photograph was bad. When Megan put on a little makeup, and, she, started putting on her athletic gear. She put on her, clothes, and, she put on some stuff. Megan be looking good. I can't, guys, I can't sit here and lie to y'all. I can't tell y'all that that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking. And they saw that photograph, and they probably was talking about it. Like, hey, would you smash Megan Anderson? That was a conversation. Here go the thing on the flip side, Megan. When you post photographs like that, now, continue to do so. Please continue to do so. But when you post photographs like that, what happens is that you leave yourself open for a counterattack. That means the door is kind of open for people to have these conversations, and they're going to do it. Now, I'm not saying that, you shouldn't post what you want. No, go right ahead. Because at the end of the day, I'm a man. Okay? I'm a grown man, and I like Amazon women. So me, personally, I have no problem with the photographs. But this kind of conversation is going to come up because you take photos like that. That's just what it is. That's just what it is, okay? These conversations, they come up. They are. And I'm not saying that you deserved, you know, I don't think you deserved any of the actual just ill intent that you perceived, okay? I don't think Casey Kenny was trying to do it to be, you know, ill will. I think he's a guy. We men, and this is how we talk. This is how we talk. But when you post photographs like that, and trust me, it was a great photograph. I'm gonna tell you, amazing photograph. But you're gonna get men that have these conversations. That's just the nature of being a guy. That's in our DNA. It's what we do. Okay, I don't care how cool or how good the guy is. We all have these conversations. We do. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, like Valerie Lareda, you know, people say all kind of stuff about her with her photographs, but she don't say anything about it because she actually understands that this is the attention that you're going to get. So when you put photographs up like that, yes, that's the attention that you're going to get. These guys, you know, Casey Kenny apologized, and I think that he knew what was going on. I think Casey Kenny understood, like right after he said it, that this was going to cause a backlash. Now, Megan was like, I guess MMA is a line of work where you can publicly talk about whether you'd have sex with a coworker in an utterly degrading way and face zero consequences, disgusting behavior, and it's unfortunate that he'll be fighting on my card next March. Okay, so look, well, in March. The thing of it is, you're actually a contractor. Like, you're not employed by the UFC. You're an independent contractor. So, technically, that's not true, okay? He's not your coworker. But the thing of it is, though, I get where she's coming from. The UFC, they're not going to address this, okay? Megan, if the UFC won't even address racism, you think they're going to address this? Absolutely not. If the UFC, you know, the UFC, Dana White, and everybody in the UFC, they were making fun. Okay, they were sitting back and they were making fun of Chris Cyborg. They was calling Chris Cyborg a man. They was calling Chris Cyborg, you know, like talking about her sexuality. Talking about she was Wanderlei Silva in a dress. Joe Rogan told Chris Cyborg to cut her penis off. Do you think the UFC gonna say anything about that? Nah, they didn't. They never did. They never did. You know, and Dana tried to come out with a half-witted apology. Joe Rogan actually did apologize to Chris Cyborg, but you know, that's after months and months of scrutiny of people really getting on his neck. Then he had to apologize because he was going to be interviewing her in the octagon, and he knew that the situation was going to get tense. So guess what he did? He apologized. He apologized like the clown that he is. But this is a long line of stuff. You got Mike Perry being racist, you know, throwing the N-word all around. You think the UFC said anything about that? No, nothing, nothing. What about Colby Covington's racial comments? Think they said anything about that? Absolutely not. The UFC, that they don't care if you're black, they don't care if you're white, they don't care if you're Asian, they don't care if you're Hispanic, they don't care if you're Brazilian, okay? The only color that they care about is green. That's it. They're not going to address any issues, okay? They're not going to do any of that. They're going to let the stuff sit. They're going to let it marinate. It's going to fesper, and it's just going to grow, and it's just going to go away. That's what's going to happen in the UFC. Now, you know, Casey Kenny, he did apologize, okay? He apologized. And I think he knew he probably should have and needed to apologize because this was going to blow up. We all knew that it was going to blow up. Well, it is what it is. Megan Anderson isn't happy about it, in which, you know, okay, she shouldn't be happy about it. It was more of a diss. I think Megan was more upset about the diss. More so than, you know, the fact that they're talking about having sex. I think the diss. Because I'll be honest, if Megan Anderson was my woman or my wife, me and Casey Kenny and Tim Welch, we finna have some words. Like, when I see them, it's finna be on and popping. Okay, it's finna be on and popping. See, I always have a thing, man. I started thinking about this from Megan's point of view then. And I started thinking, you know, what if this was my mom or my sister? You know, what if, you know, yeah, you know what? I wouldn't laugh about it. I wouldn't chuckle about it. Matter of fact, I'd be pissed off. If it was my mom or my sister, you know, or my wife or my woman, I wouldn't be happy about it. And I tell you, I see these jokers, but you know what? When I see them, it'll get interesting. It'll get interesting. Those are my thoughts on the whole situation. Guys, you guys tell me what you think, okay? And let's see. If you listen to the video to its entirety, I want you to type the number 1. I'm done.